In this module, we will talk about the media formulation. So while talking about the media formulation, there are a number of factors that affect on the formulation of the medium. So before talk about in detail about the media formulation, you can see in this slide what are the factors that have the significant role in the total product cost of the fermentation product. You can see here, if you look on these different items, that raw material, utilities, labor and the supervision, fixed charges, maintenance, operation and different supplies. So these are different factors that directly or indirectly have their role in the cost of the product. You can see the role of these different parameters or factors in the cost of these different products as concern the beer, alcohol, acetic acid, citric acid, single cell protein and penicillin, and reported by different workers as concern the beer, reported by Paraton 1971, that there is the role of raw material 38.4%. As concern the alcohol, the role of raw material is 76.7%. In acetic acid, reported by Pape 1977, that is 42.2%. In case of citric acid, you can see it's 39.7%. So overall, by this slide, you can see the role of the raw material and the substrate that vary from 38 to 77%, depend upon the nature of the product. Ultimately, we can say depend upon the process and the product. So if we say that the role of the raw material is about 38 to 70%, it means the major factor for determining the cost of the product is the raw material, is the medium. So we have to be very careful about the media and the selection of the medium. And then in particular the media formulation, because when we have a different choices, so what will be our good choice? So when we talk about the media formulation, then we should know in detail what is the basic need of any organism. So all the organism has to utilize the medium just on the base of their requirement. So if we see on a metabolic requirement and the whole process in a chemical terms, you can see here this equation which we called as metabolic equation, in which the carbon source, nitrogen source, along with the supply of oxygen and some other requirement which we called as the physical requirement, then these three things, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and other requirement, lead to the production of biomass and then some other byproducts, and then the release of carbon dioxide, and then the water is produced, and then is a metabolic heat. So it is the overall reaction. So when we see that this is the aerobic reaction. So in case when the organism grow aerobically, then we can fit this equation. So if we use the exact chemical composition and then in a closed system, then we can see that what is the conversion of this side to this side. So the ultimate, so if we know the carbon concentration, nitrogen and other requirement, that is basically help to formulate any medium. So when we express this equation in a very quantitative terms, so that is important in the economical design of the medium, and then there will be a minimal wastage of the medium. So it is possible to calculate the minimum quantities of the nutrients that is needed to produce the biomass. You know, in our previous module, when we talk about the kinetic parameters in fed batch fermentation and batch fermentation and continuous fermentation, at that stage we try to calculate the Ks, substrate utilization constant. So just by keeping in mind then the substrate utilization Ks value of any fermentation medium and then the use of those, then we can having a good formula of the medium. So knowing that the certain amount of the biomass, that how much biomass we have to produce and that how much is their elemental analysis that is basically converted through the fermentation medium. So actually knowing that the certain amount of biomass is necessary to produce a defined amount of product, it should be possible to calculate the substrate concentration necessary to produce. So sometime if we produce a product and then we add a substrate in a very huge quantity, then there is so much residual substrate into that medium that can ultimately affect on the cost of the product. So if we know the exact need of the process, we can utilize only the sufficient amount of that substrate. So by knowing the elemental composition of the process organism, then it is a great solution that can be achieved by the element balance equation. So in this table you can see that that what are their needs and what are the trace elements that is required. So what concentration of the phosphorus that is required and what is the buffering capacity of that, because sometimes there are some substrates, some are ingredient that is present in the medium, they are not directly need of the organism, that is only just for having buffering facilities, and sometimes they are used just to hinder the foam formations. So in this slide you can see that if we talk about the bacteria and then yeast and then fungi, filament fungi, so what is the chemical or elemental breakup? So as concerned the bacteria, you can see that 50 to 53% is the carbon, but in yeast 45 to 50% is the carbon. As concerned the filamentous fungi, the 40 to 63% is a carbon. And you can see here the hydrogen 7, but in case of fungi that is not reported. And these are different elemental composition that is reported by different workers. As concerned the Laura 1960, Herbert 1976, Aiba et al. 1973. But in case of yeast, Aiba et al. 1973 and Herbert 1976. But in case of fungi, filament fungi, that is reported by Lille 1965 and Aiba et al. 1973. You can see in this table a detailed elemental composition that is present. So by this you can see that iron in bacteria that range from 0.02 to 0.2%. So if we know the elemental compositions, so we should assure the presence of these elements in the medium. If any one among these elements is not present in the medium, then we can hope that there will be no growth. So these elements should be very essential part of that medium. So while selecting, while designing and while formulating the medium, we should keep in mind the elemental composition of these organisms. So some microorganisms in some case cannot synthesize some specific nutrients. So we have to add directly, not as a salts, but we have to add directly the nucleotide, vitamins, etc. So we have to directly add those organic compounds into that medium just to facilitate the growth of those microorganisms. So if we are not adding those compounds which are not directly produced, such as the vitamins and the amino acids, then due to the absence of those amino acids or vitamins, then we cannot have the choice of those level of growth of organisms that can facilitate to the production of our desired product.